Afternoon viewers, we are on our basin-bound tour exploring the regions affected by the Murray-Darling Basin's $13 billion plan to restore the environment, balancing communities and economies. Anyway, hasn't been doing a very good job. We've seen rivers eroded, environments destroyed, family farmers going to the wall and lots of community destruction. In lieu of Federal Water Minister, we've got our COVID Keith. The Honourable COVID Keith.
Thank you, Lloyd. It's a pleasure to be with you. I've been with Lloyd all day today. We've had a good look right through part of the southern basin, and now we are in Hay.
Now, are some of the problems starting to sink in, COVID Keith?
Oh, they are. Yes, I saw an issue there in Deniliquid. I'll talk to you about that later. Yes. Yes, but apart from that, it's all been pretty good. There was a bit of rice there on the way. Yeah, look, it's been a very, very interesting tour.
It certainly has. Anyway, we're standing here on the banks of the Murrumbidgee at Hay.
Oh, it's the Murrumbidgee, is it? Oh, I thought it was the Walker. Oh, sorry, Murrumbidgee. Yeah, okay.
Yes, no, it is the Murrumbidgee, and the banks of the Murrumbidgee are looking...
I didn't think the Murrumbidgee was this big.
Well, it's getting bigger by the looks of the erosion around.
It is, yeah.
Can you see the erosion, Minister?
I can.
What do you think causes the erosion? Slugs?
I'll have to check in that. Possible, yeah.
You sure...
water skiing. Do they do water skiing around here?
Well, the bridge and the snags might be an issue here by the look of it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll look into that.
Righto. Do you think downstream demand could be an issue?
There's nobody downstream, is there? The Walker? Oh, the Murrumbidgee?
Well, you could consider the huge dams funded essentially by taxpayers for corporate irrigation. Things like permanent plantings of almonds, which have exploded about 400%. We now have 65,000 hectares of almonds in the ground in Australia, and they consume an industry average of 15.6 megalitres per hectare, which is higher than rice or cotton. Do you consider that an issue?
Oh, I think you're sure your figures are right? Yeah. Say that again. What did you say?
65,000 hectares of almonds in the ground, using over 15 megalitres per hectare.
Oh yes, but the future is in almonds.
The future's in almonds?
Oh yes. Don't you understand that?
It's just like almond milk.
Almond milk, that's right. Almond milk.
Can you show me the mammary gland on an almond?
Look, I can tell you now, between getting long life milk out of China, topped up with a bit of almond milk, no dairy farmers.
Do you think that's a good thing?
Oh, well, it's working so far.
Well, I suppose that is the way your government is heading. So,
family farmers, we don't want them. Family farms, corporates. And now you were telling me about our corporates downstream.
With permanent plantings, you see, CSIRO used to always say that annual crops were good because you'd grow them when water was available. In a land of drought and flooding rain, when we had water, we'd grow annual crops like rice or cotton, and when we didn't have water, well, there was no allocation, so you wouldn't grow things. Permanent plantings require the same volume of water year in, year out, putting huge pressures on the system and also the water market.
I can see you've done a bit of research, young Lloyd.
No, I'm just a simpleton. I'm just a representative of the community. This is what the average person actually understands around here.
Oh, okay, well, but if they need more water, we'll just get the water to them because they're permanent plantings.
Right. Well, it is a bit of an issue because they are creating huge demand, and you have created a $2 billion...
Yeah, but when you get permanent plantings in, you just can't cut them off with water. Once they want the water, you've got to give it to them every year.
So developing them unregulated and exploding to a huge proportion is restoring the balance?
It's working so far.
Right. And on permanent plantings, we've now seen your government create a $2 billion unregulated water trading. That's $2 billion a year. You don't even have to declare, if you're a politician, you don't even have to declare that you own water.
Don't be, not only us politicians don't have to declare, but any business person doesn't have to do. Don't you pick on us pollies.
Yeah, so a critical resource that our environment...
I think you're a bit biased.
I may be, because I live here and I care about our land. So we've actually got speculators and banks trading in water, you know, when farmers are trying to feed stock or water crops or water their environment.
You might have a point there. You might have a point there. But in saying that, there is tax issues amongst that. There is great advantages to the government by these people trading in water and the money they were paying in tax. So there's a win-win for everybody.
Speaking of tax, if a corporate is trading in water or farming in agriculture and they're foreign owned, they actually don't have to pay company tax. A bit like, you know, Google or all these other...
Yeah, well, Scotty's working on Google. Don't worry about that. And you brought up about the gravity tax. So what a great idea.
So but it's been about 60 years since foreign companies have actually paid tax in our nation, and yet we're funding their expansion. Do you think that's a fair and equitable thing for the people?
60? It's been going for 60 years, did you say?
Yeah, probably just over.
Well, I'll go back and talk to Scotty about that.
Well, we look forward to seeing the reply, Minister.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here in Hay, and this water going down is going down to a good cause, I believe.
Well, we'll agree to disagree. Thanks, guys.